Only the birds. Only the birdmen we attacked. They attacked us first, so we defended ourselves and found you here.
Well, I've been here
How did
since
you wind up underneath the stairs?
the Boromar Clan kidnapped me, I'm afraid. They have some notion that my father hid taxpayer money somewhere in the city. And they think they can find it by using some sort of artifact called the Stone of Galore, which was recently in the hands of the Zesh Guild of Dask, but apparently someone stole it. The clan thought I knew something about all of this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years. But the other man that was with me, Floon, they apparently thought that I was him. The Boromar Clan men that were here, I can see a few of them on the floor now, dead. They must have been attacked in the night, and Dask Guild carried Floon off. I'm assuming that these birdmen you speak of were watching to see if anyone would come for me. I don't think they even knew that I was here, to be honest. Baltimore Clan thugs, they shoved me in this room yesterday. I've been sitting in my own filth all night long.
Hey, Nick, can you talk to these bird people and find out why they're here? Because apparently they killed all these Beauregard.
Perhaps we should start deciding on a safe location to get this gentleman to. Seems like a lot of people have ill will towards him right now.
The man strides over the various individuals on the floor and begins looking around and looks back and he says, I apologize, I haven't identified myself. My name is Rainier. Rainier Dimmel. House of Dimmel.
I'd assumed as much. Do you have a safe place to go to?
That is kind of you to ask. Of course, being a noble, these men, had they been caught by the authorities, they would have all been judged harshly and more than likely executed for kidnapping me. My friend Falloon, however, has no such status, and I fear for his life. I can't go home. I can't go home or rest easy tonight without seeing to his immediate return. And he immediately begins looting the corpses, drawing a rapier first, and then a dagger from one of the other corpses. And Nicholas, make a perception check for me.
All right.
Nicholas, see that.
Nicholas, as you're sitting out in the yard, you can hear the sound of this rhythmic marching. And you just hear the sound of voices from outside of the fence. And the fence doors burst open. And several men, that appear to all be City Watch, see all of you and they hold their weapons up. And another man walks beyond you and says, all of you right now, drop your weapons and line up against the wall.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I gave you an order, sir.
I'm an Inquisitor. I have a badge for this. Me and my friends here.
We'll get to that in a moment, sir. For now, you drop your weapons and you stand against the wall.
My roll.
I want to insight check him. Is he I guess an imposter? Someone that does another process.
About 11 City Watch begin rushing past all of you and just sort of pushing you up against the wall. Several hands are on both Bryn and yourself, Nicholas, and they're now leading you towards the wall and pushing you against the wall. And the rest of the watch are moving into the building, and they say, "Stop right there, all of you! Come out into the yard this instance. The rest of you men, start checking the rooms. Check upstairs." And the other man who has a big, bushy beard, the one that was directing the other watch. Oh yeah, you don't sense any deception from this man. He apparently feels like he is in the right to detain you at the moment, regardless of your station.
Alright. Everyone just listen to this man. It'll be over soon. I'm an Inquisitor, like I said. I can prove it. We saved this man inside. He's a noble. We saved him.
Who is a
I
noble?
don't know what... the man inside. Hey, Byron! Come outside. With your new friend who we rescued.
I look over at him. Does he want to be known?
He looks at you and he hears that you're being called, and he says, "Well, we shouldn't keep them waiting. We should sort this out."
All right, let's go.
Rainier walks
I'll
out.
walk outside with him.
Rainier walks out into the yard with you, Byron, and he says, "Captain Staggett, these men and this woman are with me. They saved me." "Is that so?" "Well, if you giving them a pass, then obviously I'm not going to harass them, clearly. But what are you all doing here? There's a lot of bodies inside this building."
And they're all very cold. Dead for a long.
I'm gonna step forward. Like I said, I'm gonna pull out my badge. I'm an Inquisitor. We are investigating a kidnapping. The clues led to this building. We got attacked by these Kinkus. We killed a few of them, and we arrested a few. And I point at them, the ones that are sitting, tied up. We arrested a few. You can interrogate them. But and then you showed up, ruining my investigation further. There is another man still missing, and I would really enjoy it if you'd let us proceed, or we can sort it out with the Inquisitors.
And also, this man is the business partner of a famous author, and we were meeting with him last night, and he was the one who asked us to go after him. So, yeah. And she just gives a really pretty smile.
Let it be known that when Nick pulls his badge out, Siegfried just goes, "Badge off!"
I roll my
And
eyes.
then he should make a tally mark on his arm. Get a tattoo every time.
Captain Staggett,
If you don't want to interrogate the Kinku, I'll be happy to execute them for you.
Captain Staggett looks around at you, listening to each one of you as you all are just throwing things out there to him, and he looks back at you, Nicholas, and stares at your official documents, and he says, "You're an Inquisitor for the Citadel."
Yes, I am.
So these people are with you. They're not hired mercenaries.
They're with me.
So they're
helping
working.
me
They're
in
working with you in an official capacity.
Yes, they are.
Very well, that changes things. Ordinarily, I would say that it's best not to meddle in criminal matters. You should leave this dirty business to the City Watch. We followed some leads to the Boromar warehouse. We caught some individuals having a street fight over in Sean's Welcome in the Red Light District earlier this morning. And one of the men that we talked to mentioned that there was a possibility that there was some business going on here at the warehouse. You must understand, you want to keep the blood off the streets, okay?
I understand, sir. I know you're doing your job.
And not all City Watch officers are as nice as me. You're damn lucky. Inquisitor badge or not, you're damn lucky that Rainier vouches for you. To have a noble vouch for you is a big deal.
Siegfried reaches that. If I may, it wasn't hard to find this place, and it has a very, very sketchy reputation. Like, it was easy for me to find out that that gentleman over there was kidnapped after leaving a bar near here. why is it so bad around here? I mean, you obviously came in full force. It looks like you and your strapping men there should have enough people to keep this kind of kidnapping from happening, especially for that of a noble.
And Zara's gonna say, oh, and what he was saying is, thank you so much for your help.
I'm not saying they do it. I'm just curious. You know, a man's right here and he seems pretty nice.
Captain Staggett looks at you, Siegfried, and he says, I'd watch your tongue, boy. You may have a noble vouching for you now, but you don't know nothing of the city and what is going on currently in Cliffside. Cliffside is a rough area.
I have a feeling
we
I
are
know
stretched
a bit more than you do.
We are stretched thin as it is. Especially with Boromar Clan openly warring with the Zesh Guild. Now these Kinku fellows, have you interrogated them yet?
No, we were just about to, but what... So, I know you know, you are running the streets and you guys are doing a great job. Could you tell us a bit more about this war? What's going on in the streets in general? We've only been in the city a couple of days and feel like just so much as, I don't know, we just keep running into things. It's a pattern or something going on.
The Boromar Clan was one of the oldest of the 60 families. They are nobles. But they have a tendency to do detestable things. As is such in the past few weeks, openly warring with Dask, the Zesh Guild of Dask, which is normally all well and good in Undershan, keeping their conflict away from the streets above. But as of late, they have been getting into hostilities with each other. This is the most... I have to say, this is the highest body count that I have seen so far. Clearly, not all of the 12 bodies within the building are all from either organization. And none of them appear to be of halfling descent, or even more so of monstrous descent. Dask doesn't normally deal with humans. But
and what would you say? Sorry.
As of late, it appears that the clan and Dask have been hiring thugs from all races and creeds.
What do you suppose they're planning? I understand this is official business, but as I said, we've been running a few things, and we always like to do a bit of good in the city if we can.
I have no idea. I'm just here to keep the peace. And to keep fine folk and lower folk from dying. Now, you're welcome to interrogate these individuals yourself, seeing as how you have an inquisitor among you. Or I can do the investigation. And I can take over here, and I can allow you folks to go about your business.
If I may, Captain, is there any colors that we can wear to join you and help you? Because I know that you're stretched thin. We can take care of this kidnapping and, as I do, investigate and find the missing person. But it would be helpful if we weren't, seen as mercenaries or shot at on sight while doing
All you have to
business.
do is either show your badge or say that you're working for the watch in this capacity. If you're looking for someone, you say a missing persons, you can just say you're looking into an official missing persons. That's all you have to do, is just announce yourself. You can use my name. My name is Eustace Staggett.
Eustace Staggett. Captain Eustace Staggett.
Yes.
All right, thank you, sir. We'll
Now,
interrogate these two.
We'll continue to clear the building. Do any of you require medical assistance?
Well, if you happen to have any healing potions of the sort on hand, that might be helpful.
Staggett turns and looks and makes a motion to one of the men that's in the yard that's standing at attention, and the man walks up with a sack, and he opens it up, and he says, "Oh yeah, I got a couple. Looks like I only have 3. We used a few."
Oh, that would be amazing. Thank you. And she goes and pulls out of her bag a little pouch wrapped up neatly, and she uncovers it, and it's a little piece of the wedding cake, and she gives it to. Yeah, thank you so much. A little token of our appreciation.
Oh, that was kind of you. Thank you so much.
And she takes the healing potions and puts them in her bag. Or she says, does anyone need healing? And she goes over to Rainier and does a little bit of a physical examination to see if how he...
Though Rainier is covered in grime and his clothing is outwardly looks like it's seen better days, he doesn't appear to be injured.
Okay.
And
I just say...
I put the potions of healing into the party inventory too, if you want to yank them out. For anyone who wants one.
Actually, I have one more question. Do you know of any good places in the city for healing potions in general? Just buying, like, cheap, good price, good reputable seller.
Who are you asking? The man you gave the cake to?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple of shops. There's a place over on Trollskull Alley over in Sean's Welcome. It's a small neighborhood. But there's lots of businesses there. Yeah, there's a shop over there. They sell some potions. Although I think they might have been having a bit of trouble over there recently. I haven't been over there in a while.
Trolls Gate, you said?
Trollskull Alley.
Honey. Oof. Alright. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So, Nicholas, you wanted to intimidate or just a straight persuasion on these birds?
I'm gonna persuade.
Okay.
Look, I know you're in trouble. You help us now, it'll lessen your sentence. Doesn't look good for you with a noble, but I'll vouch for you if you tell me everything right now.
So that's intimidation or persuasion? Oh, persuasion.
Persuasion.
Okay. The Kinku looks at you, and he starts to mimic what you say. He says, "Look, I know you're in trouble." And he looks at the other one, and the other one goes, "Look, I know you're in trouble." And then the other one looks at you, and he goes, "Yeah, tie up the pretty boy in the back room." The other one looks at you and says, "Follow the yellow signs in the sewers. No time to loot the place. Just get him to the boss." And then the other one that is immediately in front of you says in a very familiar Orcish accent that was yelled at Samael, "Zesh sends its regards."
How do I get in the sewer?
The bird looks at you, and it looks at the other one, and the other one sort of gestures, looks down at a pouch at the side of its tunic.
I'll pull out whatever in the pouch.
In the pouch, you find a hastily drawn map that looks like a map of the general area, and you make out just from looking at it and the general landmarks that it looks like this appears to be the end of Candle Lane, and one street over there is a mark indicating an access point into the sewers.
And I follow the yellow signs in the sewers, is that correct?
Instead of talking, they both sort of feverishly nod their heads yes, with their beaks sort of flopping up and down.
Alright, because you helped us so well, I'll spare your lives. Captain, you can take them away to jail. I got what I needed. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure to work with an Inquisitor. I do hope I don't run into you again anytime soon. But I wish you well. And Renair, what are you doing? And you see that Renair is continuing to outfit himself. He's walking up and feeling on the outside of the kinku, one of the kinku, and he reaches into its tunic and he pulls out what looks like a bit of chalk, yellow chalk. And he says this is what he was talking about. This is how the Zesh Guild communicate directions to each other. We'll need to look for markings in the sewer if we're going to find your friend, my friend.
Look, I know you want to help, but you are a noble. There's no business for a noble.
Yes, and he is my friend.
We will. I
will
will get him back safe.
And I will not allow my friend to get hurt in place of me. They took him because of me.
I understand.
Nick, it seems like a good idea and all, but I think telling the noble what he is and is not going to do is not going to work very well in our favor.
Your life, I guess. I'm not responsible for your life.
It's the contract to make sure that you do not sue us in case you die.
My fate is of my own accord, miss. I thank you for your concern. I only wish to find Floon.
Well, I guess we better be going now.
Yeah, let's quit talking about it and go find him.
Yeah. I'm gonna head out. Come on, guys.
Nick.
Yes?
Get that yellow chalk from him. Any signs we see in the sewers as we go, we should probably alter them as we go so nobody sneaks up behind us.
Good point. And I'm gonna reach over to him and say, "May I have the yellow chalk, please?"
Rhaenyra immediately hands it to you. Here you go.
Thank you. Alright, let's go. And as we walk, I'm gonna load my pistol. Because I know it takes around the whole action.
Okay. So I'm assuming that Francis padded out after you.
Yes.
Okay. So you wish to follow this scrap of paper to this sewer access point?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
After a few minutes walking to the next street over, you follow the path with back alleys to a circular metal cover that's inset into the pavement. And Renair has joined your party.
Hey, does he have a weapon?
He
And
does.
yeah, do you have a weapon?
He picked
You
up
grab a rapier.
He picked up a rapier and a dagger from the dead men in the warehouse.
Warehouse, other than just those.
I go ahead and take the healing potion and heal myself.
Okay. You pop the cork on the bottle and you feel invigorated as the liquid splashes over your gums, over your tongue, down your throat, and you just feel warmth all throughout your body that starts in your stomach and spreads throughout your limbs. And you heal for 7 healing points. And you're back to full.
Awesome.
Were there any weapons or anything on the dead people that were in the warehouse that we could have gathered?
Yes, there were. Unfortunately, Staggett's men were preventing you from doing that. Once they arrived, they just sort of spread out and started checking the corpses. Rhaenyra was the only one that was able to investigate and search and pick up those items before they arrived.
Okay.
Okay. So the group is now standing over this circular metal cover. What would you like to do?
I want to head straight to the sewer. I don't think we should waste any more time, guys. It's always said that if we wait, his life, chances of survival is less and less.
I
So
agree.
we go with haste.
I need to pick up some arrows.
Well, are we still in the area with the city guard?
Currently, you're one alley over, standing
Okay.
over this metal. If you want to say that you ran back and you picked up some arrows from the corpses, you can.
All right.
So
Actually,
I was gonna ask the city guard, but that works too.
I'm gonna say, wait, 1 second. How far away is the troll skull from here? And I'm gonna look at my
it is about a 30-minute walk.
All right. No time. That's fine. Let's.
As you turn and look around, you notice that Bryn is no longer with you. He appears to have wandered off.
I didn't want to see where Bryn went. It's no time. We need to go. We'll catch up with him later.
Either that or Staggett is currently pounding his skull in.
Either is good.
Giving him a side glance from while you guys were standing there. He's giving him a side glance. Dirty shifter.
He's probably playing with a torch somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably waiting until Staggett leaves so he can burn these two Kinku alive. See if they taste like chicken. Okay, so you're going down into the sewers then?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I'll lead the way.
All right. The cover is yeah, that's a good question. What is the what do you want the party's order?
I want to
be?
lead first and have Nicholas behind me.
Okay. All right.
I'll go behind. I'll go last, and just be watching the front and the back.
Do we get experience points for that fight, or are you going to hold it for later?
I'll distribute them here in a minute. I'm just figuring out the order.
Okay.
So you want to be last, Zara?
Yeah, I'll put the metal grate and close it down on this one.
Okay. All right. Who's after Nicholas?
I'll go next, I guess.
Okay. And then Siegfried is between Nicholas and, or excuse me, Byron and Zara.
Is that good with you, Siegfried?
Yeah.
And your displacer cub, Francis, is currently sort of between your legs as you're walking. He's sort of like very deftly weaving in and out of your legs.
Okay.
And Zara's gonna be on high alert.
Okay. Well, you have a passive perception of 16, so that's pretty high alert. As you descend the ladder into the sewer, several feet, it is completely pitch black. You can hear the sound of running water, and as you begin to walk, your feet immediately are plunged into about a foot deep water. Or at least you hope it's water.
Just don't sniff, guys. It's okay. Just don't sniff.
And the stream appears to be flowing along the tunnel, which leads in two different directions from the sewer cover and ladder. In one direction, you see a tiny symbol drawn on the wall in yellow chalk. It's a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference. And is anyone lighting a torch?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Does that symbol have any direction on it? Or just
yeah.
a symbol?
There appears to be an arrow pointed in that direction of that tunnel. It's like the symbol, and then there's an arrow pointed in that direction.
Can I, like, rub it off and point and draw the arrow in the opposite direction?
Sure.
All right, I want to do that. This will make sure nobody.
Good idea.
Everybody ready?
Sure.
All right,
Okay.
Samuel, march on.
March on.
Somebody make a survival check.
I rolled a 1 and I died. Oh, not too far off.
So Samael, you leading the party, the light from Byron's torch illuminating from behind you, you are able to very easily find more of those signs. And after about an hour of following the signs through the tunnels, you come to a three-way intersection where a ladder leads up into a stone shaft capped by a circular metal cover. And one of the familiar chalk symbols is marked on a wall nearby. And floating near the symbol is a spherical grapefruit-sized creature with a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks. And it's currently sort of hovering around, and you can see a bit of chalk floating in front of it, marking this symbol that you have been seeing over and over again over the last hour. And I will share a map with you guys.
Okay.
So it's just keeping a careful eye on all the surroundings, the water, the ceilings.
Siegfried feels something splash onto his face, and he wipes it off and then wipes it to the wall and just looks at his hand in disgust and shivers.
I'm going to say that Rainier is behind you, Siegfried.
I'm gonna turn around and go, Rainier, you change your mind yet?
Rainier is going to say, have you?
No, I do dirty business all the time. What Inquisitors do.
And the wife cleans them up after.
Alright, Samuel. What's the plan?
Well, at this point here, I think killing that thing would do really well for messing up the directions.
What is this thing? Have you ever
How far
seen
away is it from us, Jeremy?
Well, you're currently the only one who can see it, is Samael.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull Nick up here so you can see it with me. As I say that, I think as I say killing this thing might be beneficial towards us. I'm gonna pull Nick up next to me and point out what I'm talking about.
Well, my only fear is you kill it, it'll set off an alarm. Can I look around and see if I see or have seen anything to set off some kind of alarm or trap in the past?
There's a map. Map.
We're gonna have to kill it to proceed regardless. See if you can switch back with Byron and get Byron up here with me.
Alright.
Yeah, what's...
That I think the plan that is, can me and Byron both be able to kind of have an angle at this thing at the same time?
Actually, your gun makes too much noise. That's why I want Byron up here. I do not want you shooting that thing.
Oh, I have a bow and arrow too.
Oh,
I need all of you to make stealth checks right now. If you're going to continue to talk.
Okay. Alright. I'm being stealthy.
Zara's staying quiet.
I roll shitty, I'm gonna reload.
Hey.
It's 22 for me, and then I roll first.
Let's see if it notices you guys whispering at the end of the tunnel. So, Samael, as you're having a conversation with Nicholas, and you're all trying very hard to stay as quiet as you can, you hear a sound from the end of the chamber. And that creature appears to be floating straight at you. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
That Gazer needs to roll initiative too. He doesn't know what he heard.
Boy, Rainier was terrible on his initiative.
Four arrows and daggers.
No, because Siegfried forgot to pick his dagger back up.
The gazer comes floating. Let's see. Make a dexterity saving throw, Samael. So you see this cone of flurries rushing across, and Nicholas, you see just bits of ice chunks forming on Samael's form and on his armor. And Samael, you feel a cold that you have not felt in a long time.
start blowing on his armor. Stay warm, buddy.
Get the torch ordering.
And
Bryn, we need you now.
make a wisdom save for me, Samael.
Oh, come on. These are the two stats you know I don't have any points in. Plan this.
Two again. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh my goodness.
A silvery ray arcs across and strikes you dead in your face, and you are currently frightened of its creature.
Oh no.
We're making something that's immune to fear and then it's good at dexterity saves. This is becoming a theme. Y'all know this, right? From the last adventure to this one. Whatever happened to creatures that breathe fire?
Siegfried, it's your turn.
Siegfried is going to sing a quiet little song of inspiration to fire.
Okay. That's your bonus action. Would you like to do anything on your movement or? You can trade places with willing members of your group if you wish.
Yeah. Byron, let me confront you there, bro.
Fine.
Okay, so Samael, you can't willingly go towards this creature, and you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while it's within your line of sight.
I'm frightened. I have to run away.
And I'll switch back with Byron after that.
I'm sorry, you're doing what now?
Okay, me or him?
Yeah.
I'm frightened. I have to get as far away from it as possible.
That's
Oh my
that's not true.
You just can't gain distance for
Yeah,
it.
you just can't get any closer to it.
Okay.
Be my human shield. Damn well.
I've already done that. Twice.
You done see?
Yeah, I'm as Figment.
Okay, Byron, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna step forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna fire my bow. I'm gonna drop my torch by Sam and Will as I go. Hopefully it'll warm him up a little bit, and then I'll fire.
Well, are you giving it to him or are you dropping it?
Oh, I'm dropping it.
Okay, it goes sploosh and goes out in the water, and now you guys are in pitch black.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, I think all of us have dark vision.
No, I don't.
Oh.
You currently see nothing.
All right. So I'm at disadvantage, or I'm at no chance.
Currently, it's pitch black from where you are. You currently all you can see is shadows. So I would say you would be at disadvantage if you tried to fire.
Okay.
You got my bardic inspiration.
I'm gonna fire.
And that's a hit.
Oh, it didn't even matter because they're both 8s.
Yeah, I know.
Damn. He just
Lot of
has
eights you got there.
he has 6 then.
And as a bonus action, I'll fire it again.
That is a miss. You just hear the sound of your arrow whoop, off into the distance and clatter against the wall somewhere.
I like this to get just hit some hanging goop.
And I shall pass them.
Nicholas, it is your turn.
Question: am I hidden from him?
Did you roll stealth?
Yeah,
What'd you roll?
22.
22? Yep, you are currently hidden from him.
All right. I'm gonna reveal myself.
Oh, okay.
Please keep your clothes on.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna shoot my arrow.
Okay.
And you'll know exactly.
Currently, you can't even see him.
Oh, I can't.
No, because you have
Fuck
big
people.
ass Samael in front of you, and Byron's in front of him. So you'd have to move past them.
Oh. All right. I'll move past them.
Okay.
Need to make another stealth to try
Yes.
to pass.
Yes, you do.
Your armor scratches on the wall as you walk by.
Excuse me. Splash, splash.
Hey, don't worry. If your
Oh,
it's armor light area, he threw all of us.
So your pack got hooked on the underside of Samael's armor as you went through his legs, and you kind of pushed into Byron a little bit, and then you made a heck of a noise getting past him.
okay. All right. Well, so much for that. I'm still gonna shoot him.
Well, I'll go ahead and take that hit. I'll say you hit him.
Okay. Die, you fool!
Okay. As your arrow strikes out and arcs out through the darkness and strikes the creature,
We only need one more hit.
and the creature deflates and lands
Hey.
in the water with a sploosh.
You deflated my soccer ball, you monster.
And I'm gonna give you guys some experience from this fight and
Amazing.
from the fight from earlier.
Excuse me, pardon me. She's gonna try to get by Samuel. And
Light another torch.
gonna cast.
And you all receive
Cure Wound.
67 experience points from the previous encounter and this encounter. Which I don't know why I'm giving Brent experience points because he's not here. Maybe I'll divide that up amongst you guys.
What's the radius for?
That's the torchlight.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not. Oh.
I changed it. No, I didn't change it.
It's the same color as your dice.
Oh.
Okay. And Samael, after a while, your this horrible fear effect that was on you, that had gripped you, fades.
Okay.
Yellow looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
Hey.
but you got his dice will be the same color, so he also has to live with the dice.
Oh.
I can't see the number. Hold on.
Alright. Well, are you feeling any better?
Yeah, but I'm sure I'll trip and fall on the floor and become afraid of that pretty soon.
Alright, I think a good plan would be is that me and Byron scout ahead. You guys, not so stealthy. They don't.
Says the guy who rolled a
Yeah.
1.
Forget the person that has passed every stealth check so far back here.
Are you sure about this, Nick? Because, didn't you trip over,
Everything.
everything a minute ago?
And not
Oh.
just that, but didn't Byron stub his toe when we were up there stealthing earlier?
I mean,
The back of your head brushed against parts of me that I don't want to mention to the rest of the party.
Alright, guys, shut up. She's
Yeah.
gonna say.
Can I get all of you to roll another stealth check, please?
No. Somehow has.
30 stealth for Nicholas.
Where do you get the other plus?
I get it from my dragon. The 1d4 from the dragon.
You can add that in.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, go to your stealth where it says
Okay.
total and 3.
And Zara
I'll
just
say
gonna be like,
miscellaneous bonus.
How do you do that?
It'll say stat, miscellaneous, and total. Put it in miscellaneous.
Renair, from behind you all, he says, "What's the holdup? I heard sounds of battle in front of us. What happened?"
I dropped the torch.
Nick couldn't take orders, and then something hurt us, and we killed it.
yep, nothing to worry about. So, alright guys, shut up. I want to see if I can hear anything. And so Zara's gonna, like, see if she hears anything.
Okay, make
Before they go.
perception. You hear the sound of lapping water, and in the distance, you hear a faint noise. I will whisper it to you.
Alright. Oh, wait, are you... Okay. Are you whispering on Fantasy Grounds, or...
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, then Derek should see it.
That's okay. I assume that he's going to tell everyone.
Just want to make sure that I still got it. Guys, I hear a sound of screaming, like... some faint screaming from far away. Might be getting close. So stay stealthy if you can. Shall we move forward?
No, we're waiting on Nicholas and Byron to scout ahead.
Alright, I'm gonna head up. Head up.
Gonna head up to the junction. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna head here, stealthily along.
And again, you see a ladder hanging up directly in the center to
I was trying to-
a sewer grating above, several feet. And then at this junction, you can see that to the south, the tunnel continues on.
I'm gonna look at Byron and clean up.
And to the north, the tunnel continues on. And a stone door is set into the back wall of a stone ledge to the west. Just to the south of where you're standing, you see a stone ledge next to the foot-deep water.
I'm gonna point that way to Byron if he can see. Stealth. Walk over there.
And just beyond the ledge, you see a passageway that continues on and immediately turns right.
Oh, we're gonna some party up. I'll whisper over to Nick and say, "Hey, call the rest of the party."
Alright, I'm gonna get back over here.
Okay, as you sploosh into the water, do me another stealth check.
Just want to say that is a natural 20. Look at that. Who's the stealthy man now?
Nicholas just floats over the water. He walks on the water.
I should mention that Nicholas is currently covered in shit.
You know what? He's a stealthy piece of shit.
Yep. That's
So
right.
stealthy, you think he is a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a walking lava.
Okay. So is the rest of the party moving up?
Have they motioned for us to move up yet?
Yeah.
That's what Nicholas did. He came over and said, "Hey, this way."
And,
Okay. Then yes, we'll move forward.
yeah,
Okay.
we're moving forward.
When they're walking into the junction, he looks at Siegfried and Samael and says, "I can honestly say that I've never been in the sewers before. This is quite the experience."
It's quite the smell, too.
Can he see in the dark?
He is a human, so no. He's been following the rest of you. He's basically been holding on to Zara's armor and following after her.
Yeah, I'm leading him.
Okay, Nick, as you turn around the corner, you see that after about 10 feet, it looks like the tunnel continues on to the left.
I'm gonna head over.
Okay.
Slowly moving.
Peeking around the corner, you see that it looks like the tunnel abruptly ends about 10 feet ahead of you, and then it looks like it goes to the right and to the left of you. And you hear something faint coming from not too far away from where you are right now. Make a perception check.
Alright.
It sounds like snoring.
It's snoring. I'm going to. Do I see like a door in like different hallways, or does it keep going straight? Is that like a wall right in front of me?
Looking to your right, it looks like the hallway continues on, and looks like maybe a bit of stairs, and there's an immediate room just off. And then looking to your left, you see another chamber that looks like it's just been tossed. There's things piled up here and there and thrown every which way.
Alright, I'm gonna look around and see if I see any traps.
Okay, you can make a perception or an investigation, depending on what you're looking at. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the ground. Is there any like trip wires or anything that I think that might give me away, like a signal?
Well, with your basic perception that you rolled earlier, you heard the sound of the snoring. Just glancing around, a cursory glance, you don't see anything immediately in front of you or within that hallway ahead of you.
Okay. I'm gonna sneak slowly down the hallway.
Okay. Back in the junction, what are the rest of you doing?
We're waiting for the scouters to give us the signal to proceed forward.
Yeah, that's a good question. What are you guys doing? You guys are just kind of leaving your party behind.
Oh, waiting to see what comes up next.
Yeah,